Hello everyone, it is your hostess, Madam Hellfire, and we are back again to talk about IBTC. So we have IBTC01-3, very short one, but let's go ahead and get it done. It says the process of actually buying land under the table is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. Of course, we could just start building and hope our presence goes undetected. Though that doesn't feel like a solid long-term plan, does it? If the cafe and diner will survive for years, it needs to be legitimate on sub-level. Though I fear that I am already over-seasoning my food, my trusted associate is still very much on friendly terms with his former employer and Mon Amour. My sweet Mon Amour. She might be the brightest red flag among the three of us. Well, no shit. It's Lucifer. It's a demon prince. Of course it's gonna be a red fucking flag. I suppose the clearest path forward would be to convince a proxy to buy the land for us and hold it in a sort of shell company. Though between the three of us, the only names we've been able to think up have the exact same problems we do. They're all too well known in the coffee trade and would certainly raise some alarms if they started buying land in Long Beach to set up a cafe. While it is certainly a conundrum, we have at least begun forming the shell company for our outfit to operate under. X's holdings, replace the X with the actual number, obviously. I'm assuming 8, because that's the big number. If we can't find a proper proxy, we might need to instead find a willing investor for our operations. I have a few in mind, though they are far from ideal. It wouldn't do us much good to start our work drowning in debt. No one could want that, would they? To some extent, I fear my arm is twisted in this matter, and we might need to take a few unscrupulous loans. Though, well, that business might be better suited to the cafe. Yours in land development, someone being held. That's ominous. Alright, B2. The good news is our parent company, X's Holdings, has started to take shape. With Mon Amour's blessing, I split the company's interests in 3 ways. 1/3 belong to us. 1/3 belongs to an investor known as Cerebellic La Figadico. I can't pronounce that. Don't ask me. Cerebellic Lapi, let's call it that. And the last third belongs to an investor known as Mauve Manon. How we decide to split our third of the share is up to us, though I've already decided it would be more advantageous should I retain the entire share myself. Of course, this doesn't feel very equitable. I'm very aware of that. Though you must trust me, Mon Amour and my most trusted associate, I do have a plan. Like I said before, it will be difficult to procure the land needed for a physical location, but I believe that I can use my share of the company to help us along. Of course, there needs to be some remedy to my co-founders having no vested interest in the company. Perhaps, Mon Amour, the cafe logo can be made in your glistening glory, symbolizing the warmth and protection of your lineage. And my most trusted associate, there is little I can offer you personally, but I know your family has been on hard times, yes? I was thinking perhaps we can offer our other burgeoning company, Barista Technologies, to the Blackwoods. I have no interest in running a technology company, as my true passion lies in coffee, but assuming Barista Technologies is successful, it should help your family remain financially stable. Not to mention, we've already begun establishing it near your hometown in the Big Easy. In any case, I will grant you full ownership of that operation to do whatever you see fit with it. So long as whoever ends up running it can continue to provide us CAD-COMs, of course. So what it sounds like is they had to get in bed with a couple other investors, and now because Baltimore is holding all of the shares or all of the financial stuff from this deal regarding the cafe and diner, he's offering the logo of the company to Lucifer and the trusted associate, the other company, Barista Technologies. That's an interesting way of doing it, but okay. And IBTC3. Et voila! One legally acquired property deed. I would have liked to have been able to get to this point without the help of investors, but I feared that the deal was made before I even had a chance to dream up this cafe and diner. Though the good news is that Sarah and Mauve will be as hands-off as possible in operations. The actual terms of our agreement are admittedly rather complex and not terribly suited to the diner, but in essence, Sarah gets to hold on to an antique of mine, and Mauve expects a religious experience from our coffee once we start brewing it. I don't know what that frickin' means, but okay. As for how I was able to secure the actual land, contractors' permits, etc., I had a little help from a mysterious benefactor of the coffee trade. The nice thing about benefactors as opposed to investors is benefactors don't often expect repayment. I did have to pull a few strings to get him to agree, but I think we're on the same wavelength. See, our mysterious benefactor, he also has a desire to serve the finest coffee possible to our customers, and while our other goals might not perfectly align, having at least one thing in common tends to be enough in this industry. With our mysterious benefactor's help, we'll soon have a semi-permanent location in Long Beach. Within a few days, I would imagine. He is known for his fast and efficient work. While we won't provide us with a fully realized cafe and dining rate, is a start, and it takes the burden of housing us off of Mon Amour. And I am certain we will also manage to pay off our debts to the investors this time. I'm not gonna read that because that's in French, and I do not speak French, but I'm assuming it's good? Something about being sentient, and something about reunited, and something about a name. I have no idea. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you when we cover yet another Year 1 receipt chain. I was your hostess, Madam Hellfire, and sweet nightmares.
I wanted to take this time to thank my Patreons and channel members. Your support is so greatly appreciated, and I can't thank you enough. If you'd like to become a Patreon, there is a link in the description below, and if you'd like to become a channel member, just go ahead and click that join button and join the Truth Sleuths and Horror Hounds. All channel members and Patreons receive 24-hour access to videos prior to their public release and exclusive updates on my progress. After a certain tier, you can request that I do a certain topic or movie review, or you can even request that I do a game live stream, whichever works for you. At the highest tier, you not only get to choose the topic in which I cover, you get to either co-host the stream or the video that I do that covers said topic, no matter if it's one or multiple. Of course, this is not obligatory. If you want to support the channel, I greatly appreciate it, and once again, thank you so much.